Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Sweden is known for staying out of fights, but now it is in a tough spot because the world's getting more chaotic. The area around the Baltic Sea, which used to be pretty calm, is now a big deal for global politics, and Sweden is right in the middle of it. Over to the east, Russia's been making moves with its army and being pretty bold. They grabbed Crimea and are still having fights in Ukraine, making everyone worried. In response, Sweden has taken significant steps to bolster its military capabilities and assert its sovereignty. The SAAB JAS 39 Gripen, a marvel of Swedish engineering, stands at the forefront of this effort. With its cutting-edge technology and versatility, the Gripen has the potential to reshape the power dynamics in the Baltic region and can shoot down Russia in just 30 seconds. So, without further ado, let's dive deep to know what's up with this Swedish fighter jet and why some experts believe it has the potential to alter the geopolitical landscape. Just like Lockheed Martin is changing the role of military aviation in the USA, SAAB is doing the same thing in Sweden. Both giants have created fighters like the SAAB 35 Draken and SAAB 37 Viggen. However, Sweden wanted to level up the games in the sky, and for this, they needed a less expensive fighter capable of reaching Mach 2. So, they asked their engineers to make the Viggen smaller and better, especially at carrying things. The engineers came forward with the SAAB 38, but it took some time. They admired American planes like the McDonnell, Douglas FA-18 Hornet, and Northrop F-20 Tiger Shark. The next step they took was getting inspiration from American work. The name JAS, which stands for air-to-air, air-to-surface, and reconnaissance, was chosen with purpose because that's exactly what the plane was meant to do. The primary idea was Project 2105, but it evolved into Project 2108, and then Project 2110 during development. SAAB was successful in getting the funding for the project in 1982. They struck a deal with industry Gripen JAS to construct a new fighter and produce 5 JAS 39 prototypes. They intended to purchase 30 planes in the initial batch. The first prototype was unveiled in 1987, but its maiden flight was postponed until 1988. Finally, after a long wait, the Gripen took to the skies. However, the first prototype faced unfortunate circumstances. A software glitch and strong winds led to a crash a few months later. Luckily, the pilot escaped with minor injuries, but SAAB was not ready to rest. So, by 1991, they resolved all electronic and software issues and successfully tested new Gripen prototypes. During this time, the authorities ordered more fighters. In 1993, they rolled out the first production model, the glorious JAS 39A. In 1996, Sweden introduced the Gripen into active service. This revolutionary aircraft featured a distinctive canard aerodynamic design with its horizontal wingtip positioned ahead of the main wing. Unlike traditional configurations, the Gripen showcased a triangular wing placed at its center, and its airframe has 60,000 components. Moreover, it was meticulously engineered to minimize radar detection. Notably, this design incorporates composite materials, constituting approximately 30% of the aircraft's construction, substantially extending its operational lifespan by up to 5 decades. Given these innovative design elements, engineers faced the challenge of ensuring optimal maneuverability. They cleverly addressed this issue by implementing cutting-edge fly-by-wire propulsion technology while maintaining a mechanical control system as a safety measure. The Gripen E-Series represents the culmination of this evolution, building upon earlier models such as the JAS 39C. These upgrades brought the aircraft in line with NATO standards, enhancing its avionics, expanding its ammunition capacity, and equipping it for air refueling. In addition to this, a 2-seat JAS 39D variant was developed to cater to training needs and specific mission requirements. Beyond these conventional versions, SAAB also introduced some lesser-known iterations of this Swedish fighter. Notably, the Gripen Aggressor, a cost-effective adaptation of the JAS 39C, enables combat training without armament, effectively simulating adversary fighter tactics. On the other hand, the Gripen Maritime, a specialized variant of the JAS 39E, is tailored for operations on aircraft carriers. One particularly intriguing project is the Gripen UCAV, an unmanned version of the JAS 39E, designed to surmount challenges in combat scenarios. The journey of developing the Gripen E series commenced in 2013, supported by an allocation of approximately $2 billion for the first trio of prototypes. The ambitious plan entailed initiating mass production in 2019, with the objective of manufacturing between 400 and 500 aircraft, serving both the Swedish Air Force and international clientele. Well, some experts speculate that the E-Series was primarily conceived to attract foreign buyers, underscoring the global appeal of this remarkable Swedish fighter. But the deal is what sets the JAS 39E apart from its predecessors, the JAS 39C and D models. The real game changer here is the heightened survivability it offers. But that's just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the advantages of the Gripen E-Series. The Gripen's range has been significantly boosted by upping its fuel supply to a hefty 7,500 pounds. Not only that, but its payload capacity has also been supercharged to an impressive 11,200 pounds. We're talking serious firepower here. In terms of size, the aircraft has grown too. Its length now spans 49 feet, compared to the earlier 46 feet, and its empty weight has increased to 17,637 pounds, up from the previous 14,991 pounds. What's more, the production and flight hour costs are a wallet-friendly $4,000 per hour, whereas some other fighters, like the F-16, can set you back $7,000 to $8,000. That's a big win for cost-effectiveness. Back in 2015, SAAB caught wind of rising demand for the Gripen from European nations. This was due to growing tensions involving Russia, particularly along the Russian-Ukrainian border. Swedish Defense Ministry officials even threw their support behind SAAB's bid for the HX fighter in Finland. They emphasized how the Gripen would foster cooperation between countries in the face of potential threats from Russia, especially in the Baltic Sea region. Well, the Swedish Air Force proudly boasts that their Gripen E is a black belt in air combat compared to Russian fighters like the fourth-generation Su-35. While the United States invests millions in stealth technology, Swedish engineers have adopted a more budget-friendly approach. They've honed in on electronic warfare and software modifications, which, according to experts, give these planes an edge over stealth technology. But what's truly fascinating is the updated software on these aircraft. It allows for easy enhancements, like installing apps on a smartphone without disrupting the core operating system. Think of it as a fail-safe feature. If one program malfunctions, it won't jeopardize the entire system controlling crucial onboard equipment. That's smart engineering at its finest. And let's not forget about the Gripen E's firepower. It can unleash a wide range of missiles from both the US and Europe, including the Meteor air-to-air missile that is a formidable countermeasure against Russian jamming missiles. Now, when we look at the Swedish Gripen going head-to-head with the American F-15E Strike Eagle, there's an interesting showdown to talk about. These two fighters had a notable encounter during a large-scale exercise. In this exercise, the Gripen managed to take down two F-15Cs, although the third one escaped thanks to some advantages in weight and thrust. When we think about which one comes out on top, it really depends on what you prioritize. If you're into avionics, simplicity, and affordable maintenance, the Gripen makes a compelling case. But let's not forget, is it worth saving on flight hours if you end up with lower speed? Or maybe you're more interested in payload and armament. In that case, the F-15E might have the edge. In terms of firepower, the F-15E boasts AMRAAM and Sidewinder missiles that outclass the Gripen's Meteor and Iris. Plus, the F-15 has a wealth of experience in actual warfare, while its Swedish counterpart might spend more time collecting dust in the hangar, occasionally coming out for flight tests and trials. The more interesting scenario comes when the SAAB JAS 39 Gripen versus the Russian powerhouse, the Sukhoi Su-35, come across in the dogfight. Both the birds are true multi-role champions and are capable of taking on various missions, from air-to-air combat to ground attacks and scouting. The Gripen is the nimble sports car and the Su-35 as the roaring muscle car. The Gripen is like a featherweight champion, compact, agile, and ready to dance through the skies. On the flip side, the Su-35 flexes its muscles with sheer power and boasts an impressive range. In a dogfight, the Gripen would be the nimble ballet dancer, effortlessly outmaneuvering the Su-35. However, if we threw them into a straight-line race, the Su-35 would unleash its raw speed and leave the Gripen trailing behind. This showdown is worth watching but hasn't happened yet. And if it happened, it would be like a battle of styles in the world of fighter jets. Enough to keep you on the edge of your seat. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and watch the next video as well. See you again.